So then guys, the iPad Air is already going to be getting an update, even though it's not even been a year since we had an update to the last iPad Air. So, just a quick history lesson of where we are then with the iPad Air. I'd probably say the most significant change we had was back in 2023, where we actually got an update with the iPad Air, where actually it had put inside of it an M1 inside for the very first time. And this was really exciting to see because we actually had a chip that was the same as inside of a Mac Mini, inside of an iMac, and we had the same as like a MacBook Air. You get the idea, a super powerful chip inside of it. But a lot of people are wondering, why did it have just an M1 chip inside of it and not the M2, because that was available around the same time? Well, I think this was due to because of the likes of the iPad Pro, what had the M2 inside of it, but came out around about 4 or 5 months beforehand. I didn't think that Apple would want to keep it up as the same generation. They want to distinguish the Air and also the Pro series for the iPad. And this is why they've kept it a generation behind with that. But if we fast forward up to 2024, we did get an update to the iPad Air, and the iPad Air actually got the introduction of the M2 inside of it, but the iPad Pro had the M4. Notice there's a 2-generation gap there. We'll talk about that in just a minute. But one of the big other changes that came along with the iPad with that M2 is we actually got a second size for the first time for the iPad Air series. We had the 13-inch model introduced. So now we have the 13-inch iPad Air and we have the 11-inch iPad Air. Now the current iPad Air is compatible with the likes of the current Magic Keyboard that got first introduced back in 2020 for the iPad Pros. But really, apart from that, cosmetically in its design, not much has changed. We have got, the camera, what's on the landscape kind of way, that center stage now. It's not in the portrait kind of view. And this does make sense for a larger 11-inch and also that 13-inch display, especially if you're using it the likes of Magic Keyboard. You can also use the likes of the brand new Apple Pencil Pro with it too. And also you can use the USB-C Apple Pencil, what's really, really great news to hear. But it looks like less than a year later now, we're going to be getting another update to the iPad Air. As you can see right here, we've actually had leaks coming in telling us that the iPad Air is going to be most likely updated to an M3 or an M4 chip inside of it. Now, personally, in my opinion, I think it's going to be the M3. The main reason is like I said, the iPad Pro right now has the M4. Apple don't normally keep the iPad Air and the iPad Pro on the exact same chip. They normally keep it a generation behind, or obviously it's got to be a little bit slower. So it makes sense now that the iPad Air to actually go up to the M3 inside of it. And the M3 chip is definitely a great chip out there. So, if you're definitely looking to upgrade to having a bit more power inside your iPad, this is definitely a good option to have with it. Now, the other main change we've heard to have with the iPad is we're going to get a new Magic Keyboard, because the one for the iPad Pro is not compatible with the current iPad Air. So it's likely that they're either going to adjust the iPad Pro Air right now to actually work with it, what I don't think is going to be possible, because obviously it had to be a redesign with the iPad Air, or the most other likely thing is that they're just going to add the new function bar at the top of the current keyboard, what exists right now, and this would be a cheaper way of doing this, because the current Magic Keyboard doesn't have the function keys, and this is most likely going to be added now for the next generation of the iPad Air with the M3 inside of it. Apart from maybe a few more colors and things like this, not much else is going to be probably changing with the iPad Air. We're not likely going to get 120 Hertz put inside of this, or a mini LED display, or OLED display even. It's probably just going to be still the same exactly Retina display that we've had now for the last few generations, or I say quite a few generations of iPad Airs. So nothing really is going to be changing on that sort, so do not expect that there whatsoever. And like I said, the main star of the show is going to be the M3 chip inside of it. But if you are looking for a device with, say, an M4 chip in it, or even, say, an M4 Pro, well, this Mac Mini could be yours very soon, especially with the giveaway that I'm doing on this channel at the end of March time. So that's just like around about a month from now at the time of making this video. And all you have to do to enter into this giveaway, it's quite simple at this stage. All you have to do is just put down in the comments below of what technology gear you're hoping to get in 2025. This could be, say, a new iPad. It could be, say, a new MacBook. It could be nothing to do with Apple whatsoever. It could be, say, the new Nintendo Switch 2, the PS5 Pro. It could be something completely different. So just put it down into the comments below. And then the second part of the giveaway will be at the end of March somewhere. I'll be making a video giving you more details about it, including a form to fill in too, and also giving you the details when I do the live stream to announce who the winner is of this Mac Mini M4 Pro. So you won't want to miss out on that. So make sure you are a subscriber, and the best thing you can do is subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell. The other thing I just want to quickly say, the specs of this Mac Mini is the M4 Pro model with 24 gigabytes of RAM and also got 512 gigabytes of storage inside of it. But the last thing to say about this giveaway too is that sadly there are still lots of scammers out there. People still impersonating me, telling you to WhatsApp, Telegram, Instagram direct message. Please do ignore these people. Best as you can see right here, please do report them. So moving on then to the release date and price, and starting out with the release date, well, we've had this leak in right here showing us from Mark Gurman that stock is dwindling down on the likes of, say, the MacBook Air and also the iPad Air. And this means that it is imminent that a new iPad Air is on its way. And personally, it's looking likely it's going to be happening now in this month, March time, when we're going to get the update. Now, there could be an event for this. There might not be an event for this. It could just be a soft release on the internet where we'll actually get this announcement for the new iPad Air, because obviously it's not something big sort of enhancement that we're actually getting with it. It's actually just, like I said, just mainly a chip update, and also there's going to be a new Magic Keyboard, and really that is it. But like I said, probably by the end of this month we will have our hands on the brand new iPad Air, so it's definitely not that far away. For price wise though, we're expecting the price to stay exactly the same as we have right now. The current 11-inch version of the iPad Air starts at $699 US, and more than likely this price is going to be retained. It's not going to be changing whatsoever for this. So that is some great news that if you want to hear there, if you want to get yourself a good deal on an iPad Air, the price is going to stay exactly the same, and that you'll be able to get it for that. Obviously the 13-inch model will be slightly more because obviously of its bigger display. But apart from that though, guys, that is really the latest and greatest we know about the iPad Air. Are you excited about it? Are you going to be getting yourself one? Well, let me know in the comments below. And with that as well, guys, it's time to wrap up the video too. So if you have enjoyed watching it, please do press the like button. And if you want to hear the latest Apple news, reviews and comparisons, make sure you subscribe to this channel and also hit that notification bell. Until next time, guys, I'll see you really soon. Take care. Bye bye.